Richard, 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 itching for a scratch. You ever seen the DJs? How they just start playing the song backwards, and they're grooving. They got the headphone on here, and they're just itching for a scratch. It's called backmasking when you play music backwards. I studied this in depth from the time I was a older teenager all the way through now. I'm very fascinated with the human brain, fascinated with how the human mind works. Anything that is physiological or scientific interests me. And I almost became a doctor. I was close to going down that path. I just love to study the human body. And here's the thing about the human mind. It's very interesting. The human mind hears things a certain way. The ears pick it up. Your brain picks it up and processes it a certain way. And when things are played backwards in music, that's what your brain hears. Your brain actually interprets the backwards to forward and picks it up and understands what's going on. That's why when you had like the old Zeppelin song, Stairway to Heaven, bad, bad, bad news, man. And you know, I used to be guilty of jamming to that song all the time when I was a teen. Even when I was a young adult, an adult who didn't know any better and backsliding, I'd rock it out. That song is evil to the core, man. There's so much of that stuff that's evil and rotten to the core. It has horrific satanic messages in the background. Now, my old buddy Barack Hussein Obama, and I say that with my tongue deep in my cheek when I call him my buddy, when he was running for president, what was his big thing that he always said? Yes, we, I won't say the rest. You know why? Because when you say those three words, you're saying thank you, Satan, subliminally. And your mind is picking that up. Do you remember how tens of millions of sheeple would just chant that? Oh, yes, we, with Obama, man. They're hooting and hollering. He's just smiling. What that means is thank you, Satan. Go to YouTube. Type in the words YESWEC.N. You know what stands in the middle of the end. And type it in there. And check out and put in there backwards with that. Listen to it. They had videos with entertainers and rappers and everybody just singing and chanting it. They're thanking Satan for getting Barack Hussein. First of all, Obama's thanking him. He came up with it because Satan gave it to him. He came up with it to thank Satan for getting him in the White House because that was very, very necessary as his next step towards being the future Antichrist. Started out, came out of nowhere like the Bible said he would, from a community organizer to a senator right away, and then went straight up to the President of the United States, not once, but twice. The genius was here in Obama land and put him back in office. But the thing about it is, he wasn't going anywhere anyways. This is his destiny. And I'm not convinced he's going anywhere at the end of this year. As I've said many times, he can easily, all this gun control, all this terrorism stuff happening now with the peaceful Muslims in our once great nation, it's all pointing towards a potential false flag. All he's got to do, according to the Constitution, all he's got to do is come out. There can be some kind of a huge disaster of his making even. He just suspends the elections, declares martial law, and basically he's set up as the king. He's already put in the legislation. He's already put in through an executive order. He controls every aspect of our lives, food, water, utilities, transportation, everything. That's already in place. He can sit there and sit on it all until he decides it's cool. It could be years, it could be decades. Or he can be ready to be the Antichrist. It won't even happen. Or he can be ready to be the Antichrist in the middle of it. He just leaves and goes because this is small potatoes for him compared to what's waiting next. But he's not going anywhere. He's had the taste for power, man. He craves power. And he knows the sheeple here who are in the Congress and the Senate, they're a big joke, man. They won't do anything to him. They talk such a big game. Yap, 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 like little yap dogs. Yap, 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 yap. That's what they're like. They're all barking, no bite. They won't do anything to stop him. They've proven it. And it cracks me up, all the Christians. Oh, I can't wait until November. Oh, can't wait for a new president. You know, you guys just don't get it, man. Obama, if Obama should be impeached right now and he should be in jail. Please, man. Have you watched this guy for the last 7 years? He shredded the Constitution, broken the law so many times. Nothing's going to happen. He's untouchable by man. He will only get his just due, his comeuppance when God gets ready to deal with him and throw him into the lake of fire alive one day. That's the way it's going to go down. That's what's happening. So you need to understand who this guy is, understand what he's doing. He speaks in dark sentences, man. This guy's a master of dark sentences. Look at the war on Christmas he put out. He's talking about the war on Christians, and look at the Christians being persecuted like never before. This guy is, no doubt, and again, this is my latest that I'm sharing every day, at least once. I'm giving you something that proves this guy's identity. And I've proven it so many times. And again, I know most of you won't understand because the key to it in Revelation 13:8 says you have to have two things, wisdom and understanding. Very few Christians even have enough. If wisdom and understanding were dynamite, most Christians wouldn't have enough to blow their nose. That's the way it would go down. When God was passing out brains for discernment and wisdom for Christians, most of them thought he said rain, and they put a huge umbrella over their head. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you the way things are, and you can believe it or not. I don't care. It's totally up to you. That's it. Your only hope is Jesus Christ. If you've never been saved, you're backslidden. Pray the prayer. Do the 6 steps in the box below the video. No one's guaranteed more time in your life. If you'd like me to pray for you for anything, contact me and I will. True Christians, keep looking up, keep witnessing and praying. Night and day, it's our job. And look up. Our different draweth nigh. We fly soon. Bye.